Greetings from Jacksonville, Arkansas. Today is Friday, March 8th, 2024. It is approximately 3:57 p.m. We're about 3 minutes till 4 p.m. Y'all, I'm going to try to make this video as quick as possible. I'm going to show you how to make and steam up this perfect long grain and rich white rice. Quick and simple steps to make the perfect rice. Okay. So let me go ahead and get the skillet going, or the saucepan. Let me get any excess water out of there. All right. Now let me get some Zepta, this butter, unsalted butter, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut some and put it in the saucepan. And this is unsalted butter. This is the key to get a delicious white rice. You must saute it and start out with a good tablespoon or so of butter. Okay, so I'm going to go in with this amount, and I'm just going to put it directly into the saucepan. Butter, also known as Zepta in Egyptian Arabic. Okay, now I have here, that's a 2-pound bag of rice, but let me check my cabinet first to make sure that I'm not overlooking any rice that's already open. So let me take a look here. Right here I have some white rice right here, so we'll use this one first. It may be just enough for what I need. Let me get my measuring cup here. And so while the rice or the butter is melting, the Zepta is melting, you want to go ahead and measure at least 1 cup of white rice. If you're watching and tuning in from Instagram, Twitter, or TikTok, this video will be shortened from the website. If you'd like to see the full content, if this video go over the 10-minute mark or 2-minute mark or whatever the time frame is, Instagram will start shortening up my videos as well. So please click on the Facebook and or YouTube link or copy and paste it to watch the full length of any of my YouTube and Facebook videos to see the full content. So yeah, y'all, I may just have just enough in here. I need 1 cup, or at least 3/4 to 1 cup. So I'm going to use all of this. Now, some people are big about washing their rice. I can tell you that this brand here is usually pretty clean, and so I'm not going to bother to wash it because I don't want to take off any of the nutrients. If I see anything in it, I'll just pick it out. So my butter is hot, and I'm going to go in with, you see how much, this is a 1 cup measurement. So it looks like we're going to get a perfect 1 cup measure, just a little bit under it. And so I'm going to put this directly into the butter. And let's see if I can get all of the grains, white grains of rice out of here. Every drop. And again, it's the same that's here, just for illustration there. And so you're just going to take your spoon, and you can use wooden spoon. In this case, I'm using a metal spoon. And you're just going to move this butter around to assure that it covers all grains of the rice. Once it does this, I'm going to turn the heat up and let it get hot like for about a minute. It doesn't need to be toasted, okay? Please do not toast this. We're not making fried rice or rice-a-roni. We just want to make sure that butter is in there, and then we're going to go in with some water. And if I didn't say so, I am in Jacksonville, Arkansas, and today is Friday, March 8th, 2024. We're about 4 o'clock p.m. now, roughly. So, and that's Central Standard Time. Also, you guys, I went on and turned off the pot on my squash, which was on a separate video. I had to throw out 2 other squash because of they had turned bad, even though I put them in the refrigerator. But you know, I've had them in the fridge for probably a good week. I don't recommend you store your squash that long, but this is how your squash should look. Steamed squash with onions. Y'all take a look at that. When I tell you that this is delicious, and I have in the oven some yellow cornbread here that should be about ready. But we're gonna, before I check the cornbread, I'm gonna give this a stir, and I'm gonna go ahead and add the water. All right. So here goes. It's time to add the water right now, and I'm gonna lower this. Don't want my rice to burn or have a brown taste. So let's go ahead and this is 1 cup measurement. Okay, let's see if I can just sit this here, right there. Let me maneuver this on over to the stove. So without further ado, oh, why is that blurry? There we go. It lost its focus. Without further ado, you don't want this rice to burn. So you want to go ahead and just pour it in. This is 1 cup. Because I did use 1 cup of rice, it's going to take actually 3 cups of water to cook this rice. I'm going to go in with a 2nd cup of water. You guys, this is a small saucepan, and so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring the fire back up on it, bring it to a boil, and then let it simmer. And I'll be putting in the final cup of water once this water in here cooks down a little bit to avoid it from spilling over. When you have a small, if you're using a small saucepan, to avoid it boiling over and all of your butter and water mixture coming out, I recommend you do 2 cups of water, but it's still going to need 3 cups of water, but you're going to do 2 cups, and you're going to let that boil for about 10 minutes. And you want to turn the fire on up on it, and what's going to happen is the rice is going to begin to cook, and it's going to begin to absorb the water content. And when the water content goes down, then you go in with the 3rd cup of water. If you have I recommend you use a bigger pan. If you have a medium saucepan, I did have a medium saucepan with a red handle, but it broke, and I hadn't gotten around to buying new silverware and pots and pans and all that good stuff. So I have to take what I got and work with it. Okay, so I'm just going to speed the fire up on that, and we're going to bring it to a boil. And we're going to let it do what it do. And also, while I'm at it, let me add a pinch of salt. Let's see what we got up here. Definitely don't need that in there. And we're going to go for salt. There you are. Just regular salt. You can use kosher or whatever. This is iodized salt. And so you're just going to put a little sprinkle. Just like that. We're not having salted rice. It just helped the flavors of help to make the natural flavor of the rice come out. And you just want to give this a stir. Put the lid on her. so it can go on and begin boiling. Hey, y'all, we're at the 10-minute mark. Please click on the link to view the full content of this video and any and all of my YouTube. This is going to be the second half of the how to make the perfect long grain rice video, and to how I showed you how to put the butter in it in the beginning, and I added 2 cups of water, and I'm going to actually bring the temperature down now on the rice. I have added 2 cups. This is going to be the second half of the video, okay? The first one cut off, and this video will run consecutively. I'm going to try to put them on the same clip. See how the 2 cups of rice cooked out of there? But this recipe for 1 cup of rice calls for 3 cups of water. So I'm going to go ahead now, since that has evaporated, and add the 3rd cup of water. Okay, and we're just gonna set it here. Let's just take this back over here to the stove. All right, you see how that cooked out? See how pretty that looks? But that's not done yet. You can't eat it like that because the inside will be hard. So you're just gonna pour in that 3rd cup of water, as I illustrated on the first part of this video or clip, the first half. So you're just going to put that in there. That's the 3rd cup. That's all it needs, 3 cups of water. Now, you actually, I know some people don't stir their rice, but you want to move this around to assure that that 3rd cup of water incorporates all the way in here. Now, keep in mind, as I stated before, if you use a medium to large pan to make the rice in, you will not need to separate anything. But if you have a small saucepan, to avoid the water spilling over and all of that, just, you know, first start out with 2 cups of water and then go in with the 3rd cup, and that is for if you're using 1 whole cup of rice. All right, so, and I can smell the butter aroma coming from this. All right, so you're just going to cover this. And if you're tuning in, of course, I said this on the first part of the clip, if you're tuning in from Twitter, Instagram, or TikTok, if this video go over 10-minute mark, or 2 minutes if it's on Twitter, or 2 minutes if it's on Instagram. Instagram used to let my video go up to 10 minutes like TikTok. You will need to click on the Facebook or YouTube link and copy and paste it to look at the full content. I'm going to go ahead and bring this up to a boil, and then I'll turn it down to allow it to steam. Okay, so this is how to make your perfect cup of white rice. This water is going to steam up, and we're going to have a beautiful rice. I want to show you guys these squash here that went bad. They're still in the bag here. I'm not going to be using them. I only used the one that was, you know, salvageable. So when it gets like this, you know, it's time to throw it out. It didn't look like this when I initially got these squash. So these 2 will be discarded, okay? Back to the rice, white rice, long grain. So when it starts bubbling like that, just want to help it out. It won't take much long from this, and will not take much long from this part. So at this point, it's just finishing cooking up the process. It won't take long, y'all. All of that water is going to evaporate. You're going to be left with fluffy butter aroma rice that smells like butter. And once it cooks up, you can add a little margarine or a little butter. I don't recommend adding extra butter, but you can add more of a little margarine rather. So that's the squash. This squash was steamed on a separate video and with onions. And as I stated before, that typically and I'm not trying to be funny about this, but typically white Americans, they don't season their vegetables, their squash. They typically do not put onions in them. But we cultural people, we actually slice our squash and skillet fry them or steam them up with onions and seasoning salt. And in this case, I did add a little bit of brown sugar to it. You can use regular sugar. And I recommend you pair this up with cornbread. Let's take a look at the cornbread, guys. It's ready. Let me get my glove and take it out, my oven mitt. So the cornbread is golden and it's all ready to come out of the oven. Alright, so at this point, the inside, it should be done. It is done. You can always poke it with a knife to assure that the inside is done. Let's take a look here. Alright, so let's try the edge first. So when you pierce this bread with a knife or a fork, it should come out clear. It's clear there. And then I'm going to poke it here in the center as if I'm cutting it. And it's clear. So that's how you know the cornbread is done on the inside. Okay, I did put pear butter in the cornbread. I'm just going to take some of this zepta. Again, zepta means butter in Egyptian Arabic. And I'm just going to actually go in here and just... and you can use margarine if you don't have butter. Okay, margarine is fine for, you know, putting on top of your cornbread. So I'm just going to put that here on the top. And you just want to kind of move it around. You can use your hand if you like, but I'm just going to use this back end of the spoon here. And I'm just going to move the cornbread around, not the cornbread, the butter, the zepta around the hot aish. So this is aish cornbread. So aish means bread in Arabic, in Egyptian Arabic. If you're in Morocco, Africa, this would be corpse cornbread. Moroccans say corpse for bread, and Egyptian Arabic say aish for bread. And by the way, I love baladi aish, which is an Egyptian bread. And so this is cornbread aish or corpse aish. Maya means water in Arabic. Of course, aqua means water in Spanish, and I don't even speak Spanish. And Wasser means water in German. So I'm just going to rinse. I'm rinsing this off with Wasser, with water. Let's take a look at the rice. You see what I'm talking about? And you should smell the aroma of the butter coming from it. See how that's getting more firmer? Understand that some people don't move their rice around, but you need to move this around, you know. And especially if it was stir-fried, you would definitely be moving the cooked rice around. But yeah, see how that's steaming up? We're going to let it steam up a little bit more, and then we're going to have the perfect rice. Once all this water is evaporated, it'll be tender all the way through and fluffy. And actually, you don't even have to do 3 cups of water. You can actually do 3/4 cups of water. It's like 2 cups of water and almost 3 cups at 3/4. But I actually put 3 in here just to be on the safe side. But typically, I would recommend 2 to 3/4 cups of water on 1 cup of rice to get the perfect blend. If this, and it shouldn't be very watery, it's all going to cook out. It's going to be fine. But if you ever get where the rice is ready and you got a little bit of more water in it, you want to take the top off, the lid off, and let it steam up for the rest of the duration, and it'll be fine. And just let it sit, and then you'll have your rice. It's better to get the perfect measurements. I want to share something with you all. I have took out the pork chops. Okay, so let me remove the foil here on the pork chops. One moment. So they're nice and hot and tender. Let me show you the texture of the boneless pork chops here. All right, the interior. of the pork chops. See how tender that is? And you can see the red peppers and the onions here. So this is going to be served with the white rice and squash and cornbread. And here is the chicken that has been baked. And you see how brown and pretty that is. That's nice. It's ready. And you can see the onions here and some of the red pepper, crushed red pepper there. And I'm just going to flip this over to help it to get moisture on both sides. I'm just going to flip that wing over. I'm going to flip that and that. And I've already flipped over the pork chop. So, y'all, this is going to complete my video. Actually, just one moment. And then I'm going to show you what the rice looked like once it's finished steamed up. And then it's truly going to complete my video. I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'll stick around just a little bit longer to show you the results, the finished completed results of the perfect white, long grain, enriched rice. There are so many different rice out there. So this kind, enriched long grain rice. Okay. I like to clean up as I go along, so I'm just going to take this sponge and get the liquid up that it just came from the boneless pork chops here. So I like to clean as I go along, so just wipe that up with a soapy sponge. That rice will be ready here in just a minute. Too bad I got to throw you guys out. Otherwise, they would have made, been really good with this delicious cornbread. And this is yellow cornbread it's actually buttermilk cornbread blended with yellow Martha White corn muffin, sweet corn muffin mix. It's two different cornbreads blended together. So I used this along with regular cornmeal for the cornbread. Right there. You guys, everything is ready. I have my golden yellow cornbread. Take a look at this white rice. And the squash here is ready. Look, this is how a healthy squash should look with onions. I know I've been showing off the squash. This is the way it's supposed to look. All right, and so you're going to eat this squash with your bread of choice. I recommend the cornbread. Look at how beautiful my white rice is. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. Okay, and then I have pork chops that have been baked, and I have baked chicken wings, and of course the white long grain rice. So I thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And I'm actually going to go ahead and begin to plate. I'm gonna put the lid back on the rice, and I just want to show you the quality of it. I want to show you the quality of the rice, the texture. You see that? And I hadn't even let it sit yet. See how pretty this is? This is perfect white rice. And to make less moisture, go in with if you're using 1 cup of rice, just do 2 cups of water and then a 3/4 cup instead of 3 cups, so that you have the perfect rice right here. Now you can serve this add margarine to it, or you can put gravy on it. And if you don't want gravy and things, you can actually add a little margarine, a little sugar. That is how we do it, a little white sugar in the South, not a whole lot, just to bring out the natural flavors. And I'm just going to put the lid here and just let it sit for about 3 to 5 minutes. And then I'm going to get ready to fix the plate. I'm going to serve her up. So there you have it. The chicken wings are baked to perfection. And then there are the pork chops. Now, if you like, you can actually add barbecue sauce to some of the wings. If you want to kick your food up a notch, you can actually pour barbecue sauce. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that. Okay. I'm going to go in with, I have the hickory smoke flavor, and I have the regular original. And so I'm just going to pour a little bit of each one on just 2 of the pork chops. And this will make the white rice and everything else taste a lot better, y'all. You don't have to have it. It's not necessary. But I'm just going to do like 2 chops with barbecue sauce on them. And you can put it on the chicken as well. And you don't have to add it at the last minute like I'm doing. You can actually add it like right when it's about ready, okay? I don't really, ooh, that's hot on my arm here. Let me be careful. My arm just rested on the pot here, so let me be careful. Just want to show you guys the finished product of the perfect white rice. See how pretty that is? See how nice that is? So then I've got the squash with onions, and now I've got 2 pork chops with barbecue sauce on them, 2 that's steamed up and seasoned. And I have the boneless chicken wings and white rice and cornbread. You guys, I'm about to get ready to pig down, chow down, however way you want to say it. Okay, so alrighty then. Let's see if I can get a thumbnail. Thanks for watching. See you guys in my next video. Just giving a close-up. White rice, golden yellow cornbread. Just thought it would be unfair if I didn't do a close-up of the meats. That's the hickory smoked barbecue sauce. I do have the original store brand there, and that's good too, but it's just very gentle. This one gives it a smoky flavor, so I decided to go with that one. And then it kind of has a little sweetness to it. And then a lot of times I alter my barbecue sauce and put what I want in it, like, you know, seriously. But this is going to do for now. And you can see the red peppers there, on there. And one more look at that. And now I'm going to give the cornbread a cut. Okay, guys. I decided to just cut this so you all can see what the cornbread looks like on the inside, okay? And you want to serve this hot, you can eat it just like it is. It's so delicious. It's quite Aish. Good bread. Delicious. So you just want to cut it like this. Y'all bear with me. I don't have a tripod. I want to cut this the right way. I just want to show you the interior of the cornbread. It's okay if it breaks a little bit, but it shouldn't break a lot. It's only doing this because I have one hand on the camera. I'm holding the camera and I have the other hand on the cornbread. Look at how pretty that is. How delicious and golden this is. I'm telling you guys, you try this and you put pure butter inside of it before you bake it, and along with a little vegetable oil, you're talking about delicious. It's absolutely grand. So this little piece came off here because actually I made a little bit more than what this little pan can hold, but it's okay. See how delicious this is, or at least how good it looks. So there you have it, golden delicious cornbread. And remember to serve it with the squash smothered in onions. That's going to be quite tasty. And there. All right, you guys, I'm about to serve the food up. The rice has set long enough. Okay, I just scooped out some rice here. And I added a little bit of margarine there. It already has a buttery flavor. And I'm going to actually add, I know I should put the sugar in a plastic sugar container. I actually used to have these little doodads on my counter when I used to be a homeowner, actually. And it had sugar, flour. It was labeled, you know, for decoration. But I'm just going to go right into this bag of sugar and get a little bit of granulated sugar. And I'm going to sprinkle it right on top of the white rice. Now, you cannot put sugar on any rice. Just a little bit on here to kind of give it a sweet taste. Some people don't put sugar on theirs, you know, to each their own. And then you want to stir this sugar and margarine up. You want to stir it. You want to blend it together. And this is not my plate. I'm actually, when I make my plate, I'm going to have the works. I'm having a little bit of everything. But this plate is for someone else that doesn't eat onions. So they're just going to have rice with butter and margarine and sugar in their rice. And then I'm going to go in with some wings for them. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Look at all the good juices there from when I baked the chicken. And believe me, this is good. And you just want to put this right here. This is for someone else. And I'm sure they're going to enjoy it. So thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Maybe I'll give them another chicken.